Well then, let's do the thing, right? Cheers. Welcome back everybody to me doing the weekly navel gazing, where I talk about all the books I read last week and all the books I plan to read this week and all the videos I made last week and all the videos I plan to make this week and then usually don't. And then it kind of descends into rambling, as it usually does. And let's get started with the books I read last week. Turns out there were a few. There was, for example, I did finish Bone Silence by Alastair Reynolds, but that was already before the last update. And then I did read Terrible Revolutions, Latter-day Saints and the American Apocalypse by Christopher Blythe. And then I did read A Peculiar People, which is, anti-Mormonism and the rise of the making of 19th century American religion by Joey Spencer Fluman, which is, well, about anti-Mormonism in the 19th century. And then I did, of course, read Birchers by Matthew Dalek, which is a history of the John Birch Society and how it kind of connects to the far right in general. And then I did reread Rough Stone Rolling, the Joseph Smith biography by Richard Lyman Bushman. And then I did read, well, it is going to be finished by the time this video is up, of course, Brigham Young and the Expansion of the Mormon Faith by Thomas Alexander, which is a biography of, well, you guessed it, Brigham Young. So we're fully back in the Mormon minds when it comes to reading. Now, what am I going to read this week, you may ask? Well, who knows? Probably not that much, because I'll be traveling, but tomorrow I'm gonna read The River Has Roots by Amal El-Mohtar, and possibly I might read Once Was Willem by M.R. Carey. It kind of sounds interesting, or at least the title kind of grabbed my attention, so maybe I'm gonna do that. Both come out tomorrow, and I'm definitely starting with Amal El-Mohtar, and we'll see how far I'll get. After that, there's obviously more Mormon stuff I could reread to make sure I get it right. And then there is, of course, still The Summer of Fire and Blood, which by Lyndall Roper, which I still want to read, because it is a history of the German Peasants' War. So that's my reading plans. As I said, I'm not going to make too much of a plan, because I'll be away for a while. So yeah. What about videos? Did I make any? The answer is yes, some. So I did, in fact, make the final Pirate Winter video, by which I mean the one about Bone Silence by Alastair Reynolds. Wonderful book. You should read it, and then you should watch the video. That's the video I did on Tuesday, and I'm glad that it came out. And then I did start work on the Mormonism video. Again, yes, I am recording it. It is happening, slowly but surely. And I was, of course, hoping that I could finish it by now. This has not happened for all kinds of reasons we'll be talking about in a bit. And then I did, of course, do morning sprints and one live stream yesterday that went way too long, by which I mean we were hanging out for like 5 hours, which... holy shit. I really enjoy those. I'm glad that some of you also enjoy them, and there may be more of those in the future. We will see. That's what I did video-wise last week. Now, what kind of videos can you expect from me this week? Well, one for The River Has Roots by Amal El-Mohtar, and if I read Once Was Willem by M.R. Carey, then probably a video on that one as well. That's as far as I have planned, because once again I'll be gone for a while, so that will happen, and there will be one, breakfast sprint tomorrow, but that's that, because after that, on Wednesday morning, I will be flying to Athens in Greece, and I will be hanging out at the Up the Hammers Heavy Metal Festival, which is wonderful. If you are in Athens, let's have a beer. Otherwise, we'll see. But that means it's kind of difficult to make videos, so I'll try to record videos tomorrow and then sort of upload them so I can put them up or out and publish them during the week, and you can see some videos. And don't get sad because you can't see my ugly face all the time. So that's going to happen, hopefully. Beyond that, who knows? I'll be coming back on Monday. So maybe there will be a weekly navel gazing next Monday, or maybe that one will have to move towards Tuesday. It kind of depends on when I land in and when I, actually get home and all of that, because, I thought about making videos in Athens, and I always dream about that because it would be really cool. It's a different place. It's a beautiful place. There's, nice temples and shit. You can take pictures and videos and all of that. But as I have previously mentioned, I am very, very insecure. By which I mean, I'm very insecure and awkward when it comes to filming in public. Like, I struggled with filming videos on my balcony, which is ridiculous, because I used to do that all the time in the first year of the channel, but, you know, brains be weird is, I guess, what I'm saying here. And that's certainly something that is sort of holding me back from filming videos in Athens. I know, you know, if I were a good YouTuber, I would totally do that and, you know, have cool content and everything. Maybe if I'm really, really brave, I'll just take my camera with me nevertheless, and we'll see what happens. We'll find out, I guess, in the next couple of days. So that's the video plan for now. Maybe I'll continue work on the Mormonism video as well, depending on how much time I have tomorrow and so forth. I don't want to, you know, leave it too long, but, you know, time and all of that. See, the thing with the Mormonism video, so I started again on it, and obviously I've read a lot of these things, my brain being what it is. I also need to reread a lot of things because I'm, you know, quick to forget stuff, which is a bit of a problem, but I am currently recapitulating the things that I want to say, and I hope we're getting there. I have a better idea, better view of the whole, like the narrative that I'm trying to go for, so I think that is good. But now it just takes time to record this this whole thing. And one part that also came into that, speaking about, you know, insecurities and all that, is, of course, that I did, after Pirate Winter was over last Tuesday, I did get a temporary denture kind of thing, provisory tooth replacement, so I don't look like a pirate anymore. Problem is, of course, this is a huge-ass thing, more like braces than anything else, and that makes talking kind of difficult. Now, I don't know if you have noticed, possibly you have, probably you have. Otherwise, yeah, I sound kind of weird, at least to my own ears, because of that thing in my mouth. And that made me very insecure, and I tried to figure out how to go best about that, by which I mean I recorded the introduction to the Mormonism video, both with the thing in and without it. And then asked some friends for their opinions on which way to go, because, yeah, as I said, I'm very insecure about this kind of thing. So that's why it took longer to fully get started, and then, you know, I was also traveling and visiting friends for, like, a birthday party, all of that kind of stuff, right? So, yeah, took a while to get there, and now I'm back on the Mormonism train. I'm very excited to actually get over that. So yeah, lots of insecurity, I guess, which is interesting. You'd think that with a YouTube channel, that kind of thing wouldn't bother me too much, because after all, I'm putting up videos that potentially thousands of people could see. I mean, obviously, there's not exactly a lot of videos on my channel that have over 1,000 views, but that's a different thing, right? So I should be fine with these things, but somehow recording something and uploading it is very different from recording in public or recording in front of someone already. And on the other hand, I am very insecure about the quality of the videos. And I've said this before, right? It's like, on the one hand, I can't actually judge the quality of a video because I can't see the video, which is one of those things that kind of, you know, frustrates me, because I'm always worried that actually the videos look really, really bad, and no one's telling me, because why would you? Either because you are really nice people and don't want to hurt my feelings, or because, you know, the people that really don't like my videos just don't watch them anyway, so who knows? But there is always that nagging thing at the back of my mind where I'm like, nah, probably really, really sucks. And same obviously goes for audio. Now, audio is different, of course, right? I mean, I can listen to my own videos. I hate listening to my voice, which is, you know, something that most of us kind of deal with, I guess, at least up to a point when it comes to, you know, talking. I think it's slightly different when you record yourself singing, because if you're singing, you already change your voice, right? You already do something with your voice. So the fact that it doesn't sound like it sounds in your head is already kind of priced in, whereas with talking, that's not necessarily the case. And that's, once again, what kind of comes in with the tooth thing, right? I feel, because the sound that my voice makes is a combination of course, the actual sound and the resonance of my bones in my head and everything, but also the feeling of my mouth while I'm talking kind of impacts the way I perceive that sound. It's just like, you know, how senses work, because they're always sort of like a combination of different senses. And the fact that it feels awkward to talk right now, and maybe I'm getting better at it over time, who knows, does also impact how I sound in my own head, which, yeah, I'm very insecure. I decided to film the video today with the thing in because I gotta practice, I guess. But for something as massive as the Mormonism video, which will be several hours long, right? I was just like very insecure about that, and for now I think I'm gonna record the Mormonism video without the tooth thing in, simply because I feel more comfortable talking without the thing in, which kind of makes sense, of course, and that kind of sort of like changes how I talk, not just like how I sound, but also how relaxed I am with my voice, how relaxed I am with saying things, how I perform, I guess, because, you know, this is performing at the end of the day, right? So right now I feel like I will record the rest of the video without the thing in, and should someone, you know, not take me seriously because I'm missing a tooth, then that's their problem at this point. I feel I sometimes need to, you know, be less, how can I say this, care less about other people. Once again, like, insecurity is one thing. Paying heed to others' opinions is, of course, an important thing, and you should always do that up to a point. Sometimes you should also figure out, and I'm trying that sometimes, to go like, well, no, this really is how I feel, and if you don't feel the same way, that's a you problem, not a me problem. And you know, that's a thin line between being a massive dickhead and being at least somewhat confident, and I certainly oscillate around that line from the one side to the other and back and forth. It's an ongoing back and forth, and now we're getting closer to spring. You know, the sun is coming out. I feel more confident, I guess, which, you know, I guess is a good thing in a lot of ways. So we'll see how that continues. So yeah, plans are obviously made for more live streams once I'm back. I do really enjoy these live streams, the longer ones, where we have long discussions about all kinds of topics. I've always thought about, like, the whole idea of having a community, and it feels so weird to say I have a community. And one of the reasons why I've never have, you know, started my own Discord server. I mean, I've asked you guys if you want that, like, a while back, and at that point most people were like, whatever. And I always feel that there's already so many, like, booktuber related discords out there. It's like having yet another one, yet another server to have the same 5 people show up feels unnecessary. But what with some of you guys stepping up and helping moderate the live stream chat, and everyone, the usual suspects of you guys showing up to the live streams and hanging out, chatting, and getting to know each other, I feel knowing stuff about. I remember things about you guys in the chat, and some of you remember stuff about other people in the chat, and it feels like there is an actual sort of community slowly building, and I think that's a really cool thing. So I really appreciate that, and thank you very, very much for that. And part of that, once again, is also that if you think I'm doing something wrong here, whether it is with a live stream or with a video, whether it is the content of the Mormonism video or any of the other things that I may or may not do, please let me know, right? That's part of the whole community thing, is that while I obviously at the end of the day decide what videos end up on these on this channel, and decide when to stream and if I invite guests or not, at the end of the day, that is my ultimate decision. I don't want this to be me doing whatever the fuck I want and hoping that maybe someone shows up. So if you have any feedback or whatever, then please let me know in, you know, by email, by Discord, whatever. That is something I can still do, but at the moment, because I am still a fairly small channel, I have a fairly small channel, a fairly small core audience, it doesn't get difficult. This is obviously something that, you know, other larger channels can't necessarily do, which is why they gatekeep that behind, or paywall that behind, say, Patreon, or channel memberships where you pay and then you get, like, privileged access to the creator. Should I ever get should ever, you know, stuff get too big to handle, then I'll need to figure out what to do about that. But for now, if there's something, you can always message me, is what I'm saying. And once again, I'm always somewhat insecure, so if you have, like, opinions, views, tips, all of that, then please let me know. I've been thinking about this, like, and obviously I'm still broke as hell. It basically takes all year to save up the cash to to book the flights to Athens and pay for the hostel and yeah, so forth. But I thought about maybe once I've recorded the entire Mormonism video, this is just like a thought experiment for now. Like, I record the entire thing, all how many fucking hours it'll take, and what I would do then is like cut it together, like I would cut it together, and also hand over the raw material to someone who does video editing, either someone who's a friend. If I have any friends who do video editing on a more professional level, I may or may not. If you want to volunteer, then sure, but no pressure. And otherwise, maybe find someone on Fiverr or whatever. And I have all kinds of issues with Fiverr, don't get me wrong, but maybe just like as an experiment, have someone take the raw footage and do like a professional edit of that raw footage to see how those would differ, and maybe have, I don't know, I don't want to do A/B testing or anything of the sort, but I just like to see if professional editing does in fact make a massive difference, right? I just don't know, is my point. So that's something I will try to figure out and think about, see how much that would actually cost me if I can afford it or not, and whether that's a good investment or not. I just really don't know, but I'll never figure it out until or unless I try, and then I may just upload both versions and ask once again friends, very, very patient friends, for their opinion on that, because I doubt the edited version will be much shorter than the other one, right? It'll still be hours, and I can't afford, I would never ask someone to watch like a 4-hour video twice to give me feedback and notes, but yeah, it's just an idea. Let me know what you think about that in the comments, like if you think that's a good idea to try that and just like have a video edited by someone who does editing stuff and not edited, just to see the difference. Maybe it's a stupid idea, who knows? So yeah. It's more or less all I have for now. I am very excited to go to Athens, and I'm very, very excited about The River Has Roots. I expect it to have some Blood in the Mist vibes, which, really good book. You should read it. Both, I guess. And yeah, I hope you had a good week. Let me know how things were for you. Let me know what you guys read, what you guys watch, all those wonderful things. And we're not talking politics today, so there's that. Anyway, let me know how things are, and yeah, thanks for sticking with me. Thanks for talking to me in live chats. Thanks for hanging out in the mornings during the breakfast sprints. And yeah, like, subscribe, comment, do the things, and yeah, cheers.